Hello and welcome along to episode 58 of the Don Michelle sponsored A View from Section C. Senior, I'm already sitting here with a grin on my face and laughing at who we've got special guests. Guests, it's plural this week. And I'm already pissing myself laughing at this a lot because it's going to be a good show. But how are you? Your holidays come to an end?
Yeah.
What have you done since Vinny's episode?
Sat with my head in my hands.
Still
after
fuck
Vinny
off.
after Vinny put us in my place. When I said, so, did you play with Brennan Turner? No, he left. Okay. Oh, you played with Shane Owen? No, he left. Okay, Vinny, no bother.
Senior,
just roll with it, Vinny.
As I said, I was absolutely dying inside with laughter at it.
What is the chances?
I could just see your wee face going, that's the only research I've done as well.
That's it. I know. Because you'd mentioned them playing with McClellan and Bhutan, and I thought, right, we'll get an extra couple of players in there as well. But no.
Yeah,
there was about 75 players there.
Yeah. Did I mention Sean Bhutan? I think I refused to actually. I don't think I did mention him because I couldn't be bothered mentioning him because one, he's shite, and two, he's got a bit of a stalker on Twitter.
It might be that he's massive.
Fuck off with that shite. Honestly, did I start? Listen, I'm telling you, fucking stop with it. You're egging them on.
I'm going to be. Listen, I put Lewis in his place. They've ripped United off. United had the massive T-shirt suit before the Clan did.
So, and the thing is, that Lewis has blocked me for some reason, so I didn't get to see his piss.
Hey, good bit of banter with laddie.
But other than that, your week's been all right. Your holiday's
been good.
Good.
Feet up, chilling, doing nada.
All right, well, that'll be me this weekend. As I told you before we came on the show, I've had a gout attack this overnight, so I'll be sitting with my feet up watching the golf all weekend. Shannon's away doing bridesmaids dress shopping with friends.
Oh,
so
fuck, happy days. Who's to yourself?
Me, the cat, and the golf. So happy that's days. All we need. But let's say episode 58. We've got a nice wee title to it, and obviously you all know exactly who our special guests are going to be when you see this. I could see our special guest in the waiting room, prodding away at his camera. But yeah,
you could call them in. They go for the Chuckle Brothers, Starkey and Hutch, fucking
Pavel
and
Scooby
and Shaggy, Pavel and Toby. I'll let them decide what one's the Toby then.
But yes, our special guest this week is none other than the resident DJ and announcer of the Dundee Stars. It is Dean Flynn and Mr. Andy Mac.
Hello, gentlemen.
How we doing?
You love to be Toby. Go that way.
I'll
be Toby. I'll go that way.
Toby.
I'm proud of it.
Anyway, so
Toby does speak to a lot of people, to be fair. But you know what? Actually, it's a good starting point. To be fair, Toby Craig had a bit of a backwards and forwards on social media recently, with regards to Scott Conway's comments about the officiating in the league and Scottish refs should pretty much just be booted out.
Yeah,
it was a bit.
I didn't see it. Was it bad? Was it bad?
Oh,
that was bad.
I've not seen it.
Yeah.
I should have taken a screenshot.
Dean, you really need to go and look at it because Scott Conway basically ripped them apart. Every Scottish referee basically should be kicked out of the league.
I was going to take a screenshot and put it on the screen.
Go with English ones instead. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
So the tweet reads: "Now that the season is over, I can freely express that refs in the EIHL suck. The Scottish refs need gone. Changes need to be made in order for this league to take a step forward." And then the worst bit was that Nathaniel Halbert for Coventry came in backing him up on it.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's like, for fuck's sake.
Mad.
To be fair, Dean and I help all the time with that icing.
Yeah,
never get it.
offsides. Yeah, we
Offside,
see
I
it
said,
Yeah,
I
we
know
see
that.
every week. Every week
Yeah.
we see it. Every week. Yeah. Sheepdog done it for years.
Absolutely.
Sheepdog was always Sheepdog's always standing with the glove up. But yeah, it's listen, regardless of how shit we think a referee might perform, you know, it's a bit
Yeah.
it's a bit
There's
much
better
to
ways
be
to go
saying that
about
they all
it.
need they all need to be gone.
Yeah.
That's a bit harsh. You know what? You can't have a game of ice hockey if you don't have the officials. So you know what?
You also
Stand
can't
up,
have a game without players.
right? But you got to have officials. That's it.
Plenty of players, not enough refs. So
No, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
no,
And you know what? I see it from the basketball point of view. You know, people shout at us. I laugh. Don't care. I'm a bit like Toby Craig. Didn't care people shouting at us. Find it quite funny. Give him a wee wink back, wee wave. Toby gives a wee rub of his arse cheek at we. It's all fun and games. But you know, we actually lose refs in basketball because players and coaches give them so much shit. Like you've seen the amount of shit that Mason gave refs last year. Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
non-stop.
There's an element of it being fine during the game. But
Mhm.
at the end of the game, it's all over. You can't be going back on Twitter, you know, after and having a go.
No.
That's just
Yeah.
that's bad. That's
Yeah.
bad crack.
And that's
I
the thing.
think-
Obviously, we saw Scott Conway put that out, so we obviously knew that he was coming back to Belfast next season.
Yeah.
But say he did, are the league going to punish him for it?
Who knows?
I can't wait till he comes back. Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait. First game, Toby and Pavel.
The league should do it just to piss him off.
We should know what we should do. We should send Toby and Pavel over the new league he's in. We'd love that.
But
the thing about it is that there is a chance that he might end up back in Belfast. I know he's signed in a new league, but he might come back. And then are the officials going to go against Belfast because of what he's said now? He's created a bit of a minefield here, eh?
Absolutely.
And let's be honest, right? He's a good player. Let's not get a laugh at it. He's a good player, but was he too big for this league? As a player, he was, but as a person, he seems to be an absolute arse. To be honest with you,
cock.
Too big for his boots.
And I think his tweet actually showed how much of a person he is. He's just about an arse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
Once season it, we let it go. Move on.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like regardless, like we've Andy and even Dean as well. You know, we how long have we watched the hockey and Toby Craig's been involved in it? We'll take Toby because he is the longest serving Scottish ref that's left. Obviously, Mr. Wilson, he went, and you know Murray Hansen and even Rab Cowan, they were all here at the Elite League and then all moved on. But Toby's still the one that's still hanging about, like still picking up regular games, and the boy's he's got a job as well. Like this isn't his full-time job.
No.
And whether we think he's shit or no.
To be fair, the calls are not often wrong, whether we agree with them or not.
Yeah.
I think if you're slagging somebody on Twitter, you've got to take the whole person. If you're slagging them for their job they're doing ice hockey, if that's going to start affecting his real job, then you've gone too far. And saying things like that, you know, it's only 2 stages of actually getting back to his real employer and then having a look and going, oh, well, you're doing what? You know, it's a bit off.
Yeah.
I'll just stop saying his name when he comes back. That's it. Dean, he's off that list. Never seen his name again. We've got a list of people who didn't say it.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
There's a few on this list. What's the one from Fife? From
number 26.
Bobby Chamons. That's it. That's the one. We know
number
what that one is.
26
We know.
as well. I can't even remember his name. He's that bad.
I know his name, but I'm not saying it because
we need to.
Number 26 at Fife.
Back in maybe Bobby Chamons seasons in Fife.
Number 26 could have been Liam Gregg.
The boy who was at Coventry.
What was
it was Liam Gregg.
No, it wasn't Liam. I like Liam Gregg.
No, the boy who went to Coventry, was it?
No.
I should have gone and looked this up here, done a bit of...
Is it,
Dean, who is it?
JF is the initials, I think, if that's correct.
Fulton.
Oh, Jordan Fulton.
Jordan Fulton.
Aye, Chucky.
Yeah.
I called him Chucky for a whole season. He looked like
No,
kind of
I
be
just-
Chucky doll.
all my friends behind me, every time I didn't say his name, used to go mental. I was one person.
Well, you're doing your job well, Andy.
Yeah, but see, in the old days, right, they used to throw bits of pie at you. If you give cat one, you could have still eaten it. But then they started throwing. I used to be 20 pences, and then the cost of living, so it's only 2 pences now. That's right.
We'd also like to welcome our friends from Fife that listen into this
Unwashed.
podcast.
You know what? I say that every time on the microphone. My unwashed friends from Fife.
I love
Only
it.
people that get offended by it are the Glasgow Clan fans.
Yeah,
What's that all
I
about?
know.
I don't see anything about them only wearing one shoe.
Oh dear, we're seeing
True, though. It's true.
Brilliant.
Every time we play Glasgow and we're up there, Annie's like, "Oh, we're playing Braehead. We're playing Braehead. We're playing Braehead." I'm like, "Yeah, you're going to make me do it again, aren't you?" And the amount of times Braehead sneaks into my microphone just is unbelievable. But I think he get away
Yeah.
with it.
Well,
But you should
it
just,
could be
Andy, the
worse.
thing is, you should just do it. You should
I
just
do. I don't mean it. It
mention
just comes out,
the Braehead clan just to see the reaction.
especially now. It'll be like,
Almost as I was just about to say, we kind of joke, it's the Braehead, Paisley, North Renfrewshire, Glasgow Clan, but it's almost as good as going way back here, senior, to Alison Norrie and the Basingstoke Beavers.
I was just going to mention that. That was amazing.
The Basingstoke Beavers.
Oh, we've had some fun, but yeah. So looking back, actually, saying that we've had some fun. So Andy, we've known each other since day one of the Stars.
When I was
So
white boy.
it was more. You were the light boy. Finally, we got rid of Stuart Brand and got a better announcer.
Alison was very good. Yeah.
But for a lot of people won't know. But how did you get into the hockey?
Wow. So it's just like way back. It goes back to 1993. I was doing my Queen's badge for the Boys Brigade at Hospital Radio, and I was doing a radio show just before Stuart Brand.
Okay.
And so for 5 or 6 years, I've been helping him out doing discos and stuff. And then a new ice rink opened, and he was doing the Tigers that first year.
Mm-hmm.
And he invited us along to one of the games. So I sat with him for the period, and you were up in that wee box beside the small bar.
Oh, I remember that.
You couldn't hear a thing. Total soundproof. And it's like, oh, this is great, isn't it? And then obviously was listening to him. Went to a few of the games were there and sat with Steve Ward and Jim and that as well. It was amazing. The place was full. And then they put the Stars forward, and Stuart was brought forward to that. And Steve asked if I'd be in and just be a support and stand in for him if he ever keeled over or something happened, which thankfully didn't happen for a wee while. Although Simon Leach's friend almost made that happen one time when he played Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
I took a hook in the face for Stuart Brand from Simon Leach's mate to keep him off Stuart when he started to play the tunes. I was like, "You can't go in that box." "Yeah, I'm getting in that box." "I know you're not on the floor." And then he started playing. And then Stuart had the odds. I got to start doing little bits. I did all the lights and then started doing all the little bits. And then Alison Norrie, when Stuart left, I'd done a couple of games by myself. Managed to totally embarrass myself by calling ice a pitch in the first game.
I remember that.
Paddy Walkie tapping on the ice, and I'm like, "Too many men on the pitch." He's like, "That's wrong." And then Stuart sort of moved on, and that was the last season. We had one more season in the Elite League, and Alison Norrie came in, and she did all the cool and nice announcements, and I did all the boring ones. Like, "Stars are back to full strength." I did all the sexy ones, and she got on all the ice skates on and everything. And then I think she got a new job, and we went into the SNL, and I've been there ever since.
Yeah. And did Gary Elwyn not come in at one point and help out with you?
Yeah. So the two of them did the sexy announcements.
Yeah.
And I did the boring stuff. Like the stuff that needs to be done. and the stuff that I couldn't be bothered with. And then, but when we got to the SNL, I just thought, I think they were all busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And kind of scaled everything back a wee bit. So
yeah. But I still love to this day that, you know, obviously the title of the episode is Woo. And it all started because we would keep wooing at you until you did it. And
that's right.
you then started to enjoy doing it.
Yeah. And we'd had chats, but just not long before that was like, how can we change it and do things differently?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually thought you'd been part of the conversation one point when you were doing it, not annoying me, but keeping going. But I thought you'd been part of that conversation, but seemingly you hadn't. It was totally a side thing because it was when we did, you know, the Glasgow Clan do number 26, and then you shout the name back at them. We thought about that for a while. That's about Sorry. And I apologise. No, but yeah, and the rules
the thing is, Andy. See when you're doing that and you want the fans, the place has got to be full at the time you're announcing the team. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, a lot of people come into the arena quite late. They're knowing their seats. You've already announced the players.
Yeah.
And then you can imagine, and it's number 27, Paddy Walker.
Yeah.
With 3 or 4 people shouting.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
It's got to be full to do it.
It's man, that like when we just last season when we went back to announce the game, the team 10 minutes before, like nobody's in the stands. They're all down buying their mac cheese or their sausage rolls or whatever. And then so it's better if the lights are out. You build it up a little bit. Dean gives a little bit of his finger magic on the go and we're away. Oh no, that's something else.
Oh God. But yeah, and obviously you said that you were SNL, like right through the SNL, coming into the Elite League, and then obviously not on this call, on this interview, but young Davy Sim was your first kind of protege, your little Padawan learner.
He was the second.
Who was your
Jamie
first
Vale
one?
was the first.
Oh, Jamie Vale, right enough.
Back.
Jamie.
And then David took over, and then we saw some sense, and out came the Dino.
He saw some sense, went to Bull Dragon Radio, and pulled in Mr. Dean Flynn himself.
Yeah.
To the best of the bad bunch.
So actually.
And
was it just... the thing is, you never gave me a choice. I was doing it. That was pretty much the conversation.
Yeah, that's it. And
so was it just that then? Was it just that Andy was saying, you know, come along? Were you already at the ice hockey before that, Dean? No, were you still playing field hockey at that time, or did you play field hockey after you started coming to hockey?
So I started playing field hockey maybe roughly about the same time, really. Yeah. Roughly. Andrew got me involved in that as well. I don't know, it just kind of all came together quite quickly between the two sort of hockeys, if you like.
Yeah.
So yeah, Andy's quite persuasive when it comes to stuff. But yeah.
Tell you went to Bull Dragon, eh?
Correct. Yeah.
But because we're now like I know when Dean's either drunk, raging, or happy, or whatever. He's like, if he's not happy with me if I've done something wrong. And same like from the other side of the rink, he's looking and checking in with me as if I'm like that. Oh, something going right here. Normally, like the speaker not working, or he's turned the volume way up or way down or something like that. But that's it. When you work well so long together, it just works well, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it also helps that we shout over to Dean when one of the speakers has went out or it's crackling and we're like, Dean, that's not working again. Get it sorted, mate.
The thing is, sometimes I can't tell from where I stand. I can't tell if it's sounding good or it's sounding shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I need a hand at that. I've got no idea sometimes.
It is that bit of glass right in front of you. It's in front of Dean. You can't hear anything. Like, I think you're dead quiet. It's only when the end of the game you go and I stand on the ice, I'm like blown away by the noise.
Mm-hmm.
all round.
Yeah.
It's like amazing. Because we hear it coming over our back, and what would you say? In the last 4 or 5 years, it's got more and more Stars fans behind us, which is great.
Mhm.
And at the end, but like you all think, oh, section C, maybe seeing Dear Dead Quiet, but you open that bit of glass, you stand back a bit, and you do hear that noise coming over. But it's sometimes difficult for us to hear, which is why, like when I'm like that to Dean, turn the music down, they're singing.
Aye. Yeah.
He's got that drum out again. He's got that drum.
the stick's moving. Turn it down.
It's no time, but take the volume.
But
Remember that argument when you're all arguing because you couldn't get the same beat going through 5 different sections.
it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. And you know what? To be fair, myself and Becky have actually got it relatively decent now. And then obviously we do the Dundee Stars chant, and she'll do the first bit, then I'll take it, and then she'll go and do it back after us, and you get the 2 sections going. But yeah, it's difficult to hear. Obviously, Andrew Strange's Bairn's got a wee drum now, and we can barely hear it at all.
Yeah.
And then we had the drum to the right of us that we could barely hear. So it is funny how, although how close people actually are to you, you still actually can't hear it. Like,
absolutely
that close in. But yeah, just it's always been a picture watching you tell Dean to turn it down, or then even seeing Dean either turn it up or be told to turn it up because to drown out fifers or Ouija's.
I've shouted that by that Dean for you. You've turned the music up again when we're trying to sing. I'm like, well, it's all right now. We're just going to keep doing that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely no idea.
It's just a malfunction.
Stadiums do it.
That's it. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. You know how it happens all the time.
It's when
you can't hear the speakers.
With this hand.
That's it. You need to test them every now and again. And it so happens to be when they're singing.
That's
it.
But it's gamesmanship, isn't it? Like, it's like that edge, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
that's what I'm saying.
Somebody came down earlier on the season, last season, and went, do you know you always do a goal announcements when we're still singing? I'm like, oh, no, it didn't, but I make sure I do it for the rest of the game now and the rest of the season every time you're in the arena. So
I know. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. It's gamesmanship. Yeah. It's nothing nasty. It's a bit of gamesmanship. It gets people involved in it. People really get wound up about the slightest of things.
I love it. The best I love is when they're all wooing back to me when we're, and it's the away fans because they've scored a couple of goals and we go and get a couple back at them, and it just gets that banter going. Like, there's no. I would say 20 years ago there was a wee bit of like serious aggro, but there's not now. You get a bit of like a few words, but we're all laughing and joking and enjoying watching ice hockey, whether it's good or bad. And yeah, at the end of the game, you're talking away. I should have found out that old guy's name. Boy owns the classic cars in Fife. He goes, Andy, you're not going to win tonight. And I'm like, oh, probably not. And at the end of the game, if they've won, it's like that. Yeah. And if we've won, it's like that. Like, I'm out of here. I can't remember. I shouldn't.
It's not Ronnie Camel coat, is it?
No, I know him.
I'm just trying to figure out what a classic car in Fife looks like.
You missed out a van at the end of it.
Rodney and Delboy coming up the road in the Robin Reliant. Andy, we're no winning tonight.
That's how
we might get cancelled after this week's show.
You're going out on a high, boys. You're going out on a high. That's for sure.
But there is one thing I do have a complaint about for someone.
That's Dean's department.
And it is from Dean. It is Dean's department. What the fuck happened with the warm-up music this year?
The
vaccines were abandoned.
Good question.
I was never there to start warm-up.
Not all season. What did you say there? I missed it.
You never noticed it.
You never noticed it. You're not there for the warm-up. That's how.
Get the vaccines on. That's the rule.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, get the vaccines back.
Anyway, I was playing at the start. The start of the season it was on.
Yeah.
And then I got told some of the players wanted to pick some music, so for their warm up, and I was like, well, hopefully that makes them a bit better, hopefully. And it didn't work apparently. So, but yeah, that's why I love that tune.
So the thing is, Dean, right? They could put some tunes, their songs, into the playlist, but you didn't change the first song that we come out to. We've done it for a year.
Worry.
That's our tune.
Don't worry, it's on.
Now we did. To be fair, we did like the AC/DC bagpipes. We did like that one.
I did quite like that, to be fair.
But after the vaccines.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say it. I've been sitting on it all season. Like that second half of the season.
If I'd been there for the warm-up, I'd have been on.
If I was on time.
And I would have been. See if it turned up when it was meant to turn up. I would have had that on.
I would have been there, to be honest. Like the vaccines replaced was it Stereogram, Walkie-Talkie Man.
Yep.
And I still every time that comes on, either of those tunes, I still get the goosebumps. I love it.
Yeah, I like Stereogram in it as well. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, but just an FYI for everyone listening, Andy was late for this as well tonight.
Shocking news.
And I had to do my own tech as well. I didn't have Dean to just hand me the microphone and say, still working. The microphone's dodgy at best. I'm sitting in the car, the rain's gone off, but if that washing machine and that laundrette goes back on, I think I might lose 4G. That's about it. I'm going to
But and we will have a new game next season. Myself and Senior have already kind of looked it up. There are 11 Saturday home games. How many of those games are we going to have drunk DJ Dean?
Probably 12.
I would need to. For me, I would need to see when the fixtures were. If it start the season, I'm going to say he'll not be drunk. But I would probably go from about halfway through the season towards the end. Then I would say every Saturday game.
It depends on my hockey fixtures as well. It depends. No, it cannot. No, it doesn't. It's probably every week. I tried so hard to say that, but I couldn't.
The best drunk moment this year though was Cole Fraser's first game when he just got his pint sat down beside him, started the game up, and I come back round and go, Dean, why can I smell beer? And he's like, Cole Fraser, 2 seconds in the game, my beer everywhere, and I'm picking up my juice and it's like, why is it covered in beer? only check he did when he was here, I think. But
as we say, Dean learned his lesson. He never put the back up there, and there was no more hits.
Yeah, I know. The story of that was, it was like literally the first face-off, 7 seconds in, right off the boards. I had 2 pints sitting there, right? He came into it. It fell onto. This is quite funny. It fell onto where the iPads were, right? I didn't know there was a slope that runs down towards the entrance of the building, so it goes down onto the iPads. Andrew's bottle of juice had went in the pint glass. Right, I thought. So I went to I got rid of that cup, so I had one left, and I went to take the last wee bit out of it, and it had a crack right down the pint glass and went down my top. And I was like,
he was stinking of booze the whole game.
Yeah. After that, I can't really remember too much.
Better stinking of booze than stinking of piss, mate.
That's correct, mate. That's correct. That was later on.
That was period 3. No, you can tell. Like, when it's drunk Dean, I get to play a lot more of the music because he has to nip away.
Yes.
And you can tell my tunes are different whether we're winning or losing. And it's like, it's a bit louder. My thumb's a bit kind of more with what's going on. So
to be fair, there was one game last year that I went to the toilet in between. I think it was the second period or something. I came back and got my pint and just went for a wander and just left you
back.
Yeah, you did. I actually remember seeing that. Because I said that Shannon went, Dean's not there anymore. Oh, he must be at the toilet. And he came to the toilet and he just walked away. Dean's went in the huff about something.
No, I'm just having a good time.
Dean's just having a good time.
Just having a good time.
That's the worry then, because I'm like that. I hope he's not played this tune before. Oh well, here we go.
I will play it again anyway.
Play it again.
But,
That's it, why not?
as we say, we were going to give you your special little intros. We were going to play the vaccines for Dean coming on the show, but again, trademarks and all that sort of things. We can't really risk that on a podcast that we didn't have money for. And then we were also going to play the Sound of Music for yourself, Andy. But again, we thought we might get into trouble.
I actually think that's copyright free now. It's that old. It's only 7 years, I think. It must be close.
Well, if that's the case, we're on it for the next time you're on the show.
Oh, God.
But what is it with the song?
I have no idea. I was scrolling through years ago. I went, "Oh, that's cool. I'll put that on." And then if we're winning now, I just like, that's it. I'm putting it on. Same way like this other one, Nelly the Elephant.
Nelly the Elephant.
I quite like that one. 1 minute and 12 seconds in. And what other one? There's 3 or 4 that you like that. Oh yeah, I'm just pressing the buttons. And there's the people that sit behind Annie and at the back of the goal are like,
"Yep,
you're going to have to tell him to stop playing that. You're going to have to play that." And then there's new ones now for Serge and Ty that come in. So there's like the Hey Dungy theme tune's been on, the stick tune, stick, sticky, stick. And everyone looks at me like that, like, what is that? But it's a BBC Hey Dungy, and he's amazing. But you hear that, but Dean refuses to play it. But there's a lot Dean actually refuses to play. And I'm like, will you let the dogs out? Serge wants it. I'm not playing that. I'm like, that's harsh, that's my daughter.
I actually thought the Sound of Music one was when you were ripping the piss out an enforcer or something. That's what I always thought you were aiming at.
It might have been away at the start, actually. I think it might have been. I can't remember. It must have been. It was before Spotify came around, so it was on my CD. So it must have been there for a reason. Like
because there was that one and the donkey one.
Yes. I love that. I'm like, get that tune ready, Dean. Get it ready. And he's like, right, we're ready. Yeah. There's another tune we always have ready, and we never got to play it last year, do you know?
No, we didn't.
Well, we could have played it against us at one point.
Well, we're so close in the
Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, that's the one.
But Hawaii 05 doesn't sound the same.
It doesn't sound the same, does it?
I remember there was a game against Nottingham. It was like 1, 2, 3, like that. Did we say it? Yeah, did we say it? Got to 4, and it was queued. Brilliant. And then the 5th goal goes.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I like when it comes on, because I'm totally like in the surfing and everything. Like, you've got this. It's absolutely great.
Yeah. Again, it's those little things. If we ever get to 10 goals, it's just status quo. Now, I've not been there for a while.
Yeah.
It's all these little that we like getting ready for. Nobody else knows, but we're having a great time.
The one that I used to love was when we were really good. When teams took a while to score against us, and we used to play Emma Bunting. What took you so long?
So long.
I used to love that because it did. Right, the other team, away fans got annoyed at it. Like, but that, and obviously Shania Twain, that don't impress me much. Get that on if it's beating them 6-1 or something. Get it on.
I've still on that special list. Not been played much.
Yeah, but speaking of last year, obviously we never really got to do Hawaii 5-0 last season.
No.
From your point of view, as obviously you're fans as well. You've been going for years. You've also kind of got that association with the club as well, with doing the DJing and doing the announcing that. But how fans found it difficult to get up for games and get excited for it. How is it for you two when you went to the rink thinking, probably gonna get beat again?
You go first, Dean.
I'm going first. Thanks, Andrew. No, I think it's hard. I was going into the season. You didn't really know what to expect, and you were giving boys a chance. And you it's the same as every other year. You go into your high hopes, and but obviously we all know it was a tough year as the stretch went on. But the thing is, everybody loves hockey. Although it wasn't great, it was just. But I know going from your podcast, you hated every minute of it for the most part. But it's it's hard to explain. I still enjoyed it. I was at every game. But it's hard. Everybody knows it was hard trying to get to games and look forward to games and stuff because I mean, you knew it was a bad season. Do you know what I mean? There's no if buts or maybes into that. But I was pissed half the time. So
you just got pissed.
That was great.
It wasn't my worst season. See the season after we won the conference.
The Chris Blight year.
That was my first season.
That was brutal. I was really struggling, and even the Fife fans, you can tell when you're getting beat. You're just sharp and So I've kind of worked on that, making sure this year you're trying to put on a show still, whether you're winning or losing. The in between periods, bringing back the chucker puck and that sort of stuff. That kind of diffused a little bit, even though we're not as good as what we could have been, because there was something to look forward to there. You can still do a wee pick-up thing there.
Yeah.
Give the boys bloody pizza vouchers every week. Because he's run out of his pizza vouchers.
He's not out to enter chucker puck next year. No way.
Change his number. We'll just write our name in instead of his. You'll know. I'll just see a different number.
Because the thing is, see for, and I think it depends on what age you are, right? When you're going to games, a lot of people are going there, and they're going there just purely for the ice hockey. And there'll be families going that are going for a night out. And that was one thing, I think it was when Pash was there, Pash would always say it is the whole Saturday or Sunday night experience. You're not just going to watch a game of ice hockey. And it's the whole thing. And it must be difficult. It must be the same like when you're going to your work. You could have a shit day at work the day before. You've got to go back. You've got to go back with a positive attitude again. Even if you know you're going in and everything's, here we go again.
I used to dodge around the rink when Pasha was there, because if I wasn't here, Dean wasn't doing the right thing, he'd be coaching, but he'd still be pointing at us, going, getting us going and stuff.
Yeah.
So I used to, if I felt, if we were getting a hump and Pasha was there, I would sneak up to the end of the rink, but he'd still be able to see us. I was like, God's sakes.
To be fair, I remember there was one game. I don't know if it was what season it was. Maybe the second season at Omar being there. And he messaged me. I think it was a Sunday game, and I can't remember the score. I don't think we won. I don't think we were playing particularly well. And he messaged me and was slating me for the music choice that night because it was so quiet and F, Y, and Z, whatever it is. And I'm like, it happens. See, when we play well, it's fine. If we have a bad night, it looks terrible. Yeah. That goes for any other team. Do you know what I mean? It's an off night, but then the next weekend you've got a chance to prove yourself again, and it could be all right. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that was a bit of negative from that day. I'll tell you.
But as I say, he's looking at it from the whole
thing.
The minute you go
exactly. I totally.
And the minute you leave, it's got to be pure positive the whole time, regardless of the score.
Once he sent me that, I thought, right, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, obviously, but I've seen where he's coming from, and you've seen that from every season he was there, what he was trying to build towards, and do you know what I mean? That's what you want, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Andy, that was your chance to bring Dave back.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't there that week.
He was us.
But it's just being able to go in and just, I know, and people slate me as well, because I do the same things at the same times that we do know that work. But we're looking at doing a few changes this year that they'll maybe tweak things and make things a bit more exciting again.
Ooh.
But, that's it. But just
Have you from Section C exclusive again there, folks?
No.
No. Andrew, you just said the word massive, folks, so take that back.
No, I said nothing massive.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, it was a couple of years back, we changed loads right at the start. and people were like that, oh, why have you not done this or that exact point? There's a comfort that people know that you'll do this and that as well at the same time, but there's enough little bits that are different and change, hopefully. But yeah, it's all good fun, and I just if we're getting beat, I just sing along with the away fans.
It was a game. It was a game. It was a game. It was near the end of the season. Was it against Coventry or Guildford? And that boy with a trumpet.
Coventry.
I was like
Coventry.
all game. I was like,
I was up and spoke to him. He'd only just bought it the day before as a bit of a joke or something. It's like, I'm going to get lessons later on, but I'll just bring it with us and have a wee toot. And he'd had it the night before, I think, in the home, and then brought it with him on the away one. So yeah. But you see at the start of the game, that was what I say. When you all do your three stars,
Yeah.
Puck drops and I've done my thing, and you're like, I can't remember what you do. Is it stars? Something, I can't remember what it is. Right at the start.
I've done the same chant for years.
Exactly. Well, you do that, and I go woo, at the end of it, like the away fans do, because I'm usually around that side. But I always do that, and I did it when I'm sitting next to Annie. She's like, "What are you doing that for?" That's for the away fans do. I'm like, Annie, but that's what I hear louder than.
Bye. But yeah, speed that up a wee bit though, Andy, so we can get it as soon as that puck drops. It's here we go, Dundee. Here we go. A wee bit.
Well, see, you speak to them, like again, Toby likes that. He likes dropping it when I've just said the word. But the other ones, like Pavel, just do it when he feels like it. So you try to watch, and like I know what I've got to say is like 6 seconds long there. I don't find he's going to drop it after 3, or sort of like if Starsky's trying to speak to us or something like that, then I'm not paying attention, and he's like, "Oh, hang on, I've got to do it, Starsky." I've got to do it. But yeah,
at that point, I'm just giving you dagger, by the way.
Jokes right at that point for you, but I missed it quite a few times. I apologise. I'll keep practicing. I've been practicing in the house, by the way, since the season finished, because my 2 wee ones love. Like, I've got to close the door, switch the lights off in the living room, and then I've got to do the announcement right from the start. We get the music on the Alexa, and out they come. They come on at one player at a time, and then do the full intro. I've maybe done it another 250 times since the season ended. It's great. So if I make a mistake this year, then it's not from lack of practice. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, speaking of next season, 4 D men signed, 5 forwards, and our Brit goalie. Are you excited with the signing so far?
Andrew doesn't know. He won't look at the team until the first game and go, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?"
That's good. I don't. Yeah. To be fair,
Chris is back anyway, so you know him. You know Chris, and you know Craig.
I was going to say Chris who, right? Yeah, okay. There's 2 Chris's.
The boy for your scale.
Andy thought Brunstad was making a comeback here.
Yeah, right in. And there's Dryden. You can say his name. Then there's going to be the Chris McKay. I'm like, no, that'll be Chris Mackay, thanks. He's in Scotland now.
Yep. Is that what they've said? It's Chris McKay.
I said he got announced as Chris McKay.
Yeah. I'm like, hello, welcome to Dundee, Chris Mackay. We'll have a chat about that, but I'm looking forward to it, and I've seen sort of lists of some of the ones that might be popping up, and I think it's going to be exciting. Like that, the list they put up of all the ones we've signed and their heights and their weights and everything. I'm like,
we were just speaking about that before you came on, and the average height of the team what's that? Including the goalie, 10 players. The average height is 6 foot. We joked that maybe Dryden brings that down 3 or 4 feet, but we're joking, Dryden. We know you listen. We're joking. But yeah, 6 foot on average. Our forwards are pretty big, especially obviously Josh. Now we need to get it right now.
I was going to ask Andy this: is it Josh Britton or is it Josh Brittain?
It's Josh Britton. Well,
it's Britton.
Now That's the difference, right? Now he's playing for us. I'll say it right. I'll ask him. But last year when he was playing, it was Josh Britton. It was like Kale Tanaka. It was Kali Tanaka. It was Kale Tanuki. Every year he played for us, I changed all his names. And then when he played for us, I went and got what the right version was. He told me a few names, I'm sure, when he was getting to him.
Because there's been a few. Was it Sami Ryanen or was it Sami Ryanen?
The D man, Anthony
Master de Casa.
Master de Casa.
Or as we like to call him, because he was always injured, Anthony Made of the Glasser.
That works.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh Brittain. I think that's for me, that's the big one so far. Like, obviously Dryden coming back and we're Brits, but he's the big signing so far.
I was happy to see him sign
Yeah.
For me, that's a big surprise for us to sign somebody like a Brittain coming from the Cardiff Devils. If he was, you would actually think if he's leaving the Cardiff Devils, he's going to one of the other bigger teams, shall we say, the bigger budget teams, or he's going into Europe, or he's going back to the East Coast. I was really surprised, happily shocked that it was us that he decided to come to. He'll be a massive player for us.
And I think that shows what Mark's hopefully going to bring back to the Stars. That kind of let's next step level up, and every time you speak to him, you see the press PRs. Everyone likes the team, likes the place. The Ward family are so sort of welcoming to him. All these things, and hopefully all that's just you get a caliber of him 1 year. I might start to roll that on, in future years as well, and he hangs about for a couple of years or whatever.
Yeah, and they've always said that, and I think it was one thing that when we had Cam McGiffin on as well, was that without the Wards there is no Elite League hockey in Dundee. Right, it was simple as that. There wasn't there, and they've always looked after the players. Players have always said that. Every player's been well looked after when they've been here, and that's why some of them will always come back, because they are well treated. They're treated like they're part of the family. It's a hockey family. I hate when we say it's a family sport. That family sport, get in the bin. But it's like it is. It's a hockey family.
I'll say that every night still.
Who decided it was that though, Andy? Who decided it was a family sport? When did it become the family sport?
That comment has gone around. So it was still said in the 80s in Old Rink, seemingly, at the start of the game, moderating the language. But we kind of turned around, because other links, they're telling you, don't swear and be chucked out. Whereas we're trying to make it like, please don't swear. It'd be like
you say it before every game, moderate your language. I tell you to fuck off every time.
Moderate your language.
I'm like that.
There's Andy. Please moderate your language. Fuck off.
Fuck off, Andy. I've moderated it. I could have called you someone else.
Nice there.
But yeah, so far for me, it's I think that the team is looking very encouraging. I think that next couple of signings, though, I think needs to be maybe a couple of forwards that look like snipers, a couple of point getters. I think.
The thing is, I think when Mark's team, you kind of know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get. A team that actually wants to be there every night. You might get beat one night, but they've fucking bust their balls to.
Yeah. I liked what he said. I liked what he said about the whole. I'd rather have a player that I need to tell to calm down than a player that can get that struggles to get up and go for the hits and stuff like that. I'd rather tell a player to calm down. And you look at who he signed before, like guys like Sescon. Right. I'm doing a bit now, right? Let's go.
Yeah. And it was the same when he announced Johnny Walker and Mark's interview, and they had to bleep him out, because he says that, and in regards to the guy Walker, he's just got this fuck you attitude. But that's what you're going to get. And if you look at Mark's team when he was here the last time, right, there was no really massive. Fuck, here's the word massive again. Really, somebody the likes of Charlie, who was you get what I'm saying? Like, we had Justin Clem, we had Farina, we had Switzer, we had Leadhammer, we even had Vinny Scarcella. Vinny was the guy who put the points up, but he would be in amongst it. Everybody fought and everybody gave 100%. They never won every game, but they just. It was sometimes for me last season. I think sometimes when the game started to go away from us, players' heads went.
Yeah, you can see it. We were watching going, the worst thing was going 2 or 3 goals. We went 2 goals down. Whereas the season before or previous March team, you were still in with a chance because it can change so quickly. You just knew that was the end of it for that day.
We're talking about the next signing. I think I'd like to be that it's going to be a big goalie, a goalie that people have heard of or comes in with a really good pedigree.
What's the
saying? Are you saying a big, massive goalie there?
No, I was changed that. I
could tell. I could see the wheels going in your head. But I think I need a couple of goal scorers, or not even goal scorers, point getters in that goalie. But I just hope to God, remember, Mark was the one that signed Tyler Brickler. I just hope it's not another Tyler Brickler.
But you've also
Tyler Brickler.
But you've also got to remember, Mark was the guy who sort of unearthed Brett Switzer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And guys like that.
You're gonna get some good and some bad, aren't you? And hopefully get more good than bad.
He might be the worst player I've ever seen in the Stars top. Like, he might actually be worse than Michael Becker. And that's not Michael Becker, because he was a recce player. Like, let's be honest, he was a recce player that,
I don't remember really bad.
Tyler
players.
Brickler.
It's difficult names I used to remember, but people didn't play. There was a boy who signed and then came on for a game and never played again. Didn't fancy it and went home. What was he? Can't remember his name either.
Is that who you were speaking about the other day? Jordan Southern?
Jordan Southern, I remember seeing that.
He played in Edinburgh, but he was shit hot though. He went to the KHL. He was good.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He played 4 games or something.
Yeah,
I think he played 3 games or something, and he had 1 plus 2.
We'll be 5 and we'll all be looking for Corey Morgan and signing.
Yeah.
Now we're going back. A lot of people on this podcast will know that name, Andy.
Me, I don't know that name.
Come on, take it up yourself. I reckon Scott Young's disciplinary. He's probably just finishing his ban about now. He'll be 60 back in the third line. He'll still do a job.
But looking forward to the new season. Hopefully a couple.
Can I make a plea to Fife right now?
Plea to Fife.
What are you going to say?
I can't say. Have you seen the people they've signed?
Oh, this is going to be a laugh when they come on there.
Yep.
They've signed 8 Brian Smiths.
Listen. You will know one player's name in Carter Folk.
Yes. Now I'm going to change him to Carter Folk, maybe, or Calter Folk. I might change
Folk. Carter Folk.
Carter Folk.
Just don't say it.
I just didn't say it. Just give him the number.
Actually, and saying that though, Fife have been putting out their tweets, and again they're in the dark days with their social media, but they're actually putting the player's name and they're actually showing you how to pronounce it now.
That. I better go check it.
The guys
with all our announcers to try and put all the names in the hat before we know, so we all have a guess. And hopefully share it with some of the commentators. Like, so it's not English.
Yeah, English.
Oh,
but it is
every year.
Though, they're putting that up for the Flyers players to know how to say it, but are they putting it out how to say it in Kirkcaldy or are they saying it in English?
Well, I'll check that. I'll check them out actually.
Number 33. But on that note, I do want to thank the two of you for coming on. It has been an absolute blast. We've also been trying to get you on for a while, but during the season, it's always very difficult to try and get people and do shows at the same time as doing the reviews and stuff, because we're on out of time. Look, we've already spoke for coming up for 55 minutes, and we could probably go the rest of the night, and that would be without us doing our game reviews and game previews. So, but no, seriously, it's been an absolute blast. I think, depending on what the viewers say, we'll probably have to get you back on, because I think it's just going to be hysteric. People are just going to be in hysterics at this.
Maybe.
Unless it's been cancelled by then.
Did you record that stuff beforehand as well?
The what?
Did you record the stuff before?
Oh, God, no.
Okay. Oh, that's okay then.
No,
that's it.
Well, just FYI for
that's
for
it.
everyone.
This is it. This is it now, Andy. Then that's it.
Yeah,
just
and
goes.
Dean is drinking on the show tonight, just to
Let's
keep
go.
up with the
Let's
tradition.
go. Let's go.
Andy,
I'm on the bed.
He's on the sourdough.
sourdough loaf with him.
This is soda bread, proper Irish soda bread. And if you're from Ireland, you know about club lemon as well.
Oh.
Just know that. See when Andrew gets back, right? Annie's going to be like, "How long's it take you to go to the shops for a loaf of bread?"
I'm just going to the shops. And you know what? I forgot the yogurts anyway, so I'm going to be in the doghouse. So.
Yeah. No, Andy. But yeah, and I've went through my drink, but in my new A View from Section C pint glass with Junior on it, thanks to the wife. So new merchandise will be available in the new season.
We get some of that merch off them. We quite like a wee t-shirt off them or something, eh?
Oh,
well, a wee t-shirt. A bit too far, boys.
A massive t-shirt.
We could get one that's joint. We could get one. Get one that's joined together.
Big long one. Is just the two years going at.
Two nets.
Get it ordered.
My God. But yeah, again, we really appreciate you. Obviously, Andy, you're out and about. You are away currently on holiday, school break. Dean, thanks for taking time out of playing FIFA to come speak to her.
No problem.
But
I have been working, by the way, just in case anybody thinks I've been playing FIFA all day. Just by the way.
That's what you do at work, though, not?
No, I'm busy.
Yeah, but as always, our biggest thanks goes to everyone that listens into this and views the show. We did hit a new milestone record in the charts for the last episode of Vinny. We hit number 4 in the UK hockey charts for podcasts. So we do appreciate everything that people listening in and watching the show. This will be out soon. What day is this we're recording?
It'll be out by the time it's out.
Sunday, Monday. Yeah, it'll be out. And hopefully we'll have another very special guest come on the show in about, what's that, two weeks' time, Senior? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, yeah, I'll roll
2 or
it.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
What shift are you meant to be on this week?
We're meant to be on back shift, which is 10
So
to 6. So it's a week
2
after.
weeks' time.
Yeah.
So it's 2 weeks' time. But yeah, thanks.
I could be your senior for a bit.
You might need to if he books his holiday in November. But again, thanks again, everyone.
The next one could be legendary.
Oh,
it is going to be
Thank you
legendary.
for having us. And
All right.
Thank you very much.
can't wait to see you back in the rink in August.
And Andy,
September.
there's only one way that we can round off the show.
Woo!